Hi everyone, and welcome here to Ask Evette. And we had a great question today, and the question was, my subconscious flooded after years of suppression. Is there a way to calm the nervous system from overstimulation or from being resensitized so that I can better shift my desires?
Hi, and thank you for sending me this awesome question. And here is your answer.
Hi everyone, Evette Rose here, founder of Metaphysical Anatomy Technique, which is a gentle, graceful healing technique that is designed to help you to greatly improve your quality of life, shift anxiety, depression, self-sabotage, wherever it is that you feel stuck in your life with absolute great and ease, without even having to relive the past or even needing to remember what the root causes are behind why you feel the way that you do. And you can find out so much more at evetterose.com. And guys, so we had a really great question here about someone asking, what do I do when my subconscious mind finally just opened up all these explicit memories? This is now finally becoming through my conscious awareness. And how do I calm the nervous system and the overstimulation from that? This is something that actually happens quite a lot to people who start perhaps the healing journeys. Maybe sometimes they just have this one moment where that everything just clicks into place and everything starts to make sense. And it's almost like a big part of the truth comes forward, and we don't always know what to do with that and how to deal with that and how to emotionally or intellectually even start to digest that. And then of course we have the emotional body that can become extremely overwhelmed as well, which is exactly what's happening now here through the biology in terms of the nervous system feeling very overstimulated with all this stress. So let me first of all just start with by explaining what it is that's actually happening. So when we become consciously aware of subconscious memories that might have been bothering us to a certain extent. Now, a really great example is, for example, when you feel a lot of stress, you do feel very restless, you feel maybe anxious, maybe a little bit jittery. What happens is we have subconscious memories that are being triggered to the subconscious mind. You don't have cognitive awareness as to what they are, but you just feel a sense of discomfort. And then what can happen with this discomfort is we build coping mechanisms around that. Self-sabotage, maybe drinking too much, exercising too much, just really bad habits. Or a lot of us would go into what I would call the dissociative state. That is the numbness instinctive response, as I would refer to it in MAT, in my healing technique, Metaphysical Anatomy Technique. And when we look at this way of how the body shifts and responds and reacts to trauma, what's happening with you now is that part of you that's been subconsciously trying to avoid this is now consciously aware of what's actually really going on. And what we do now is, with this conscious awareness of this, the body is now consciously aware of more things than what it is used to processing. Meaning your body was used to suppressing a certain amount of subconscious memories, because even though you don't have cognitive awareness of something happening, the emotional body is constantly responding, always. It never goes to sleep. It never misses a beat. So what I'm trying to say is, even though something that now was subconscious, it comes through in the form of anxiety, feeling restless, feeling uneasy, right? Insomnia is a really great example as well, amongst many, many other. And this subconscious part is now wide open. So even though your environment has now been stimulating the subconscious part, the body kept being responding, and we keep suppressing. But now we don't have that mechanism. That's completely taken away. The veil has now dropped. And so now what we're looking at is feeling the full extent and the full brunt of what we've been avoiding. So now, of course, the nervous system is now being flooded with more stimulation. It's not used to all this new information coming forward. So now the first thing what's happening here is, remember, we have at least 90,000 thoughts per day, conscious and subconscious. Now, what's happening with these thoughts, you were blissfully unaware of a big chunk of them. But now there's more of these thoughts that are now coming to light, because these thoughts are an expression of subconscious memories, flashes, whether it's ideas, whether it's emotions, whether it's images, whichever way, shape, or form this is taking for you. It's coming through in the form of thought processes and through memories as well. And now 75,000 of this 90,000 thoughts are repeated the next day. So whatever it is that is causing you stress, whatever it is that you might be resisting the most or energizing the most, because we energize something more when we actually resist it, right? So either way, you're energizing it. And even though it's negative. And now a big part of that 75,000 thoughts is coming over into the next day. And then, it continues to multiply and it continues to be repeated. And that's also why the nervous system is so overstimulated. It's reacting to all these new thoughts that's now coming through and it's plummeting through. So the best thing to do in this moment in time, what I love to tell people is when they start to feel this overwhelm, is to consciously look around you and think and ask yourself, is there anything in my immediate environment that is causing me to feel stressed, or that would be a plausible reason to justify the way that I'm feeling right now? This is called mindfulness. This is called mindfulness scanning. Do I actually see evidence around me right now? Because if the answer is no, you are already immediately calming down the amygdala through the frontal cortex. You are calming down your panic button by telling it, we're okay. Everything is okay. So that's the first step that you can do, is to actually really truly assess, what is my immediate reality? Because even though what can happen is that you can think, yeah, but what if in an hour? What if tomorrow? But what about this thought? Well, no, you're now in the future. That doesn't exist quite yet. Let's deal with what is real, and that is in the here and now. And sometimes to be in the here and now is the hardest part. A lot of people live their entire life to avoid being in the present moment. And the reason why is because it can be so painful. But it can only be painful because we don't make that cognitive conscious realization that what we're feeling is in the past. 98% of the time, what you're feeling is in the past. And when you look at your immediate surroundings, there's no threat. There's absolutely no threat. And that helps to bring people really fast into the present moment, into the here and now, which is where you can be in your most powerful, because every decision that you make, every step that you take in the here and now is defining your future. So if you want to get a grip on your future and cut that fear of the future in, nip it in the butt, be conscious in the present moment. Because if you're conscious in the present moment, you will also have more conscious awareness and understanding that what I'm feeling is in the past. It's not real anymore. It's not real anymore. And to have that statement and to believe that statement, your body biochemically reacts to that. And your nervous system will biochemically react to it as well. Now, another beautiful exercise that I would love for you to try to do is, if you don't have privacy, what you can do is just take a nice deep breath. You can just and hold it as long as you can. And then exhale. It immediately decreases your nervousness and any anxiety that you might be feeling by 50%. And it can also stop you from feeling that you're going into what's called the numbness state, because when things become too much, we can either become oversensitized, meaning anxious, or we become numb. So you kind of want to make sure that you don't lean to either or of these two sides, because either of them are not healthy. We want to be in the middle of the spectrum where we have conscious awareness, where we feel balanced, where we feel coherent, but also still have emotional awareness of what it is that's happening around us, and to feel able and emotionally in control to digest that and to deal with that effectively. That is how you learn how to become resilient in your life. So I do hope that helps. And just another part that I wanted to add here for you, how to better shift your life to create your desires. Instead of focusing on something from the past, which is this panic and the stress that's not real anymore, think of what it is that you want. And then feel the feeling of the wish fulfilled until your whole body floods with that feeling. While you tell yourself as well, whatever is no longer in alignment with what I'm feeling right now is in the past, it's no longer real. And there you have it, guys. Thank you so much for these beautiful, great questions. And until next time, be the light that you are.
Guys, so there you have it. There is the answer to your question. And also remember, keep sending these really great questions, because your questions will also perhaps, trigger answers that can help so many other people that might be in the same place where they maybe feel stuck in their life. And awareness of a problem is a problem to have solved. And with that information, you can take active steps to start to create the life that you want, and to also know and understand where your blocks and challenges potentially could be. So guys, also remember to check out the description box here at the bottom also for all our upcoming events, and also remember to hit the notification button here that you subscribe, so that you can stay up to date with all these awesome questions that's being asked, and also the answers that I provide for you. So guys, keep sending these questions, and until next time, be the light that you are.